Oh, man, I have some good news. You're going to love it. Welcome to Happy Life Studios, happier holiday style.
I just wanted to wish you a merry, happy Christmas.
We're here to make your holidays happier.
Did you notice that I wanted to wish you merry, merry, happy Christmas?
And not just a Merry Christmas, but
happy, happy, merry, 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 happy, merry, happy, merry, happy, happy, merry, merry, happy, merry.
Don't forget jolly.
Jolly, jolly, merry,
Happy, happy, merry, happy, merry, merry, holly.
happy, happy, merry, happy Christmas.
Yeah, all those things too, and more. Merry Christmas and happier holidays. What's up, Happy Lifers? Thanks for joining us today. We are so happy you did. We are happy holidays you did. I hope your holidays have been happier. I hope our podcasts have helped with that. Hoping and praying that your Christmas will be merrier. That's what we're here for. Kind of want to talk about that a little bit today. You may have noticed, you're probably hearing some road noise like you heard in our last episode, because I am doing the same thing I did in last week's episode. We're going for the bird BOGO today. It's holiday season, so we're getting two birds with one stone. It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. Or we're going to wrap two presents with one bow. In other words, I'm on the road again. You're not road tripping with Stevo, but I am on the road. In our last episode, I was coming home from a 2-hour trip to see my son and to pick up a gift while I was up there, or on my way up there. And now today, I am heading an hour and a half in the other direction to pick up another gift. I would consider it a miracle gift. I love giving gifts. I love Christmas time. I know not everybody loves giving gifts, but I do. And I love searching all over to try to find just the right gift. I don't want to say the perfect gift, but the right gift, the gift that I think that person would enjoy the most. I love the hunt of the present. And so, like I said, just a couple days ago, I was driving a couple hours north, and today I drove an hour and a half south, and I took the long way. I could have taken a shorter way, but it's a highway, and the highway just isn't, I don't know. This back roads is just these kind of windy country roads. I'm going to try to leave a picture for the podcast of the road that I was driving down. It's just, I'm just trying to set the environment for you, because the environment is so important. So I'm driving the road. It's a little bit rainy. It's we're not going to have a white Christmas. We're going to have a wet Christmas out here in the Northwest, like we often do. We usually do. Sometimes we get blessed with a white Christmas. But to me, it dawned on me the other day, it reminded me, it just feels like Christmas, because when the rain starts coming, the mist starts, right now it's just a mist on the windshield, so you might hear the windshield wiper every once in a while. Back roads. I fixed my Christmas lights that weren't working. The batteries were out. I replaced the batteries for my Christmas lights in my car. Been listening to Christmas music. And I've just been in this Christmas mode. I had a few my wife would call them tear balls. I've had a few tear ball moments, a few Christmas moments where I've just really been, I'm feeling one right now actually, where I've just been feeling so blessed and so lucky, and so the magic of Christmas has overwhelmed me. If you haven't listened to last week's podcast, I'd highly recommend it. We talk a little bit about what makes the magic of Christmas, which is really the word believe. So to this week, this episode, it's only a day after I posted the last one, and I'm getting those BOGO birds for one stone, which is a pretty good price, because like I have a lot of things on my list, and if I don't record it now in the car, I'm probably not going to record it, because I've made up my mind that I'm going to slow down and enjoy the holidays a lot more and not feel like I have to get everything done. So I'm on this trip. I wanted to bring you guys along with me. I also wanted to put out another episode for Happier Holidays, because it's my favorite time to do podcasts. There's so much rich stuff out there to do a Happy Life podcast on. It's the happiest season of all. And so I want to get one out, and so I'm doing it at the same time. I'm doing it while I'm driving to make sure I get it done. And then when I get home, I'll do some editing on it and put it out. But my boys are coming home, so I want to get this recorded and be able to put it out for you guys. So that's where I'm at. That's what's going on. That's the setting right now. And I am just in this Christmas zone. And I want to set the setting because to me, the setting is so important. The environment is so important. I've shared this before, but I'll go to a restaurant, forget the food. I'll go to a restaurant because of the environment. I love the vibes of a place, the vibrations. That's where vibes come from, right? I love the vibes that a place puts out or a person puts out. I love people that give me good vibes, and I love places that give me good vibes. And that's why I'm taking the longer way home, because the vibes of this road, it's just, even right now, it's just gorgeous out there. And I think the environment is so important. If we want to live a happy life, we should focus on our environment. Sometimes we think to get happy means we have to acquire this or get rid of this or lose some pounds or whatever. And we believe that you can get happy and keep happy no matter what the circumstances are. That's kind of our credo. That's our definition of what a happy life is at Happy Life Studios, to get and keep happy no matter what the circumstances are. But a lot of living a happy life, honestly, is the environment we put around us. I mean, think about it. If I hang out with anxious people, the odds of me becoming an anxious person over time, or even at the moment, if I'm around angry people, like you probably experienced that this Christmas if you went shopping at all. If you're around a bunch of people that are anxiously purchasing their presents, or they're angry because of the traffic, and I mean, road rage, right? It's like contagious. Anger is contagious, but so is happy. Anxiety is contagious, but so is joy. When we hang out with people, we tend to become like those people, or we tend to, there's a saying I used to use a long time ago, quite a bit when I was a youth pastor, but I always say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And what that really means is, if I'm hanging out with people that are really struggling with anger, I'll probably start getting more angry than I would have if I was hanging out with people that are in a joyful state, that are in a happy place. Environment is so important, and if we want to live a happy life, we need to place ourselves in an environment. That's why getting away, vacations are good, quiet times are good, reading a good book is good, going to places and celebrating is good. Every one of us has a vibe, a place that makes us feel better. It doesn't mean we always have to be in that place, but what I'm trying to say is we can try to create an environment, and if we create an environment that's positive, we're going to be more positive. And that's why I think that environment is so important. So happy that Celine Dion joins us today at Happy Life Studios. Don't save it all for Christmas Day. The lyrics are so good, and they just fit in right with what I want to talk about today. It was one of the songs I was actually listening to that came up on my music player when I was driving, and I thought, oh, that song fits in perfectly.
How many people are crying? People are dying. How many people are asking for love? So don't save it all for Christmas Day.
Yeah, exactly. So there are a couple of things there that I just want to tag into. Don't save it all for Christmas Day. She talks about the little things that we need to do. The little things are they're big things. It doesn't take much to change somebody else's environment and therefore also change our environment. The hugs, the kiss, the nice things that we do. And we shouldn't save it all for Christmas Day. But there's something else that she's saying there that just really hit me. I want to cry now talking about it. It's just hitting me that strong even right now, where she just cries out.
How many people
are crying? People are dying.
How many people are asking for love?
And then when she hits that line the second time, she sings, how many people in this world are needful in this world? And it's so true. There's so many people that are searching for hope, something to hold on to. They're searching for happy. They're searching for something to help them get through life. There's so many people in this world that are needful in this world. And that's what Happy Life Studios is all about. We want to reach everybody. The hard part for me is, how do you reach the masses without getting known by the masses? I mean, when I was younger, like a lot of people, it was about fame. It was about being known. It was about being popular. That starts when you're in school, when you're as young as elementary school, wanting to be popular. You want people to like you. But the older I've gotten, the more I've noticed families and people, and the more I've noticed people that are even stars or other people that have gotten popular, and how so many of them, like even in Hollywood, the stars are, at first you want everyone to know who you are. You want people to see your work, and we love the fame, but then after a while that fame gets to be just a bitter pill. It's got this great taste, and then it's got this horrible aftertaste that just seems to stay with you. When you have something that has a bad aftertaste, that's all that's left is the aftertaste. You don't get to taste the good taste again, right? What I'm saying is like when a star gets famous, it feels so good that people notice you, they see you, they know you because of your work, your life. It feels like your life means something, and it does mean something. But then when the fame hits and you can't even go out in public, and people are always all around you, and after a while you want to be known for your anonymity, if that makes sense. In other words, you don't want people to know you. Like you find someone that's a friend, or maybe someone that you like when you find friends or partners or whatever. Do they love you for you, or do they love you because they know you're famous or because they know you're rich? I mean, there's just an aftertaste to fame that can get really, can just be a nuisance. And not so enjoyable, not so happy. And I just don't have that anymore. I don't want to do that. But on the other hand, I would love to reach the whole world. Because people in this world are needful in this world. People are crying. People are dying, as Celine said. Dying not just physically, but dying for attention. Dying for hope. People are dying for some happy. And I would love to reach as many people as possible. So how do you reach the masses without getting known by the masses? Man, I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. If I could, I'd reach everybody. When I was in college, I remember it was my goal, and I was in a smaller college. We had about 1,000 students, that was it. But I remember saying, I want to somehow touch, reach, impact every person on this campus. One of the ways that we did that, we created a group called the Nerds, and we dressed up as nerds at every basketball game just to make people laugh, because that was reaching them. That was somehow helping them. That was somehow making their life better. It was a gift to be able to make somebody laugh. And it still is. Whenever you make somebody smile, you make them laugh, you make them feel better about themselves, it's making Christmas last out the whole year. Don't save it all for Christmas Day. When you make somebody feel better about themselves, feel better about life, that's a gift. It's a gift. And it's one of the greatest gifts that we can give. It's what we love about gift giving at Christmas, is the feeling that it gives other people, or the feeling that we receive from that. And that's what good news is. Good news is a gift. When I started the episode saying, I've got some good news, and you're going to love it. How did that make you feel? I know how it makes me feel when I know someone's got good news. I got some good news. What you want to hear first, the good news or the bad news? Well, I want to hear the good news. How about just hearing the good news and not sharing the bad news? Because I don't want to hear the bad news. I just want to hear the good news. When someone's got good news, it immediately sends this vibe through you, these vibrations, these waves of hope or happy, or good news is a great thing. And when I said, I've got some good news, how did that make you feel? It probably made you feel better, because that's what good news does. And then I said, and you're going to love it, because we do. But the thing that I don't understand is people loving bad news. There's so much of that out there these days. And that's why at Happy Life Studios, we want to spend our time making good news. Making Christmas last the whole year long, not saving it all for Christmas Day, is basically bringing good news everywhere you go, whenever you can. Bringing good news. Especially now that all over media, all over social media, I read something the other day that talked about how Facebook at one point, like social media, this article, and I was trying to remember if this was true or not, but this article said that social media was more positive, was much more positive than the regular media when it started. And then somewhere down the line, Facebook's algorithm changed to they would share, then this is what I read. And if I remember where it was, like I said, I'm driving, so I don't have all that information in front of me now. But they said at one point that Facebook's algorithm would share a negative post, would give it 5 times more attention than a positive post. And I think it has taken over. Maybe I should have started this podcast with, I've got some bad news and you're going to love it. I mean, I don't get that. Good news is the environment I want to create. Good news is the environment. When I'm in an environment of good news, I'm in a happier environment. And that's something that we need to work on. Not just putting ourselves in an environment of good news, listening to good news, finding good news. There's always good news out there. There's a silver lining behind every dark cloud. There's good news everywhere. There's something good that can be seen. We can find something good if what you're looking at, listening to, remembering causes anxiety, despair, discouragement, anger, fear, you name it. Then we just start looking at something else, listening to something else, remembering something else. That's creating a whole other environment. It's in creating an environment of happy. So we need to be careful what we're putting into our system, what we're putting into our souls, into our mind, our will, what we're putting into our spirits. We want to create a happy environment because people are dying for happy, for hope. People in this world are needful in this world. And the other thing that we need to do is put out good content, hopeful content, happy content. I'm not just talking about social media. I'm talking about our lives at work, in our family, in our neighborhood, in the places that we visit, the same grocery stores or the same coffee shops or the same restaurants, the same waitresses. My buddy and I go to the same Buffalo Wild Wings all the time. And we're on a first name basis friendship with our server. There are some times when we'll come through the door, she'll see us and she'll have our drinks at the table before we even sit down. She'll have my Mountain Dew waiting for me and my buddy's Dr. Pepper waiting for him. I mean, how cool is that? That's good news. She's creating an environment for me to enjoy my time there even better, and which also will respond to probably a better tip because I'm feeling happy. When we're happier, we give more. And man, you just can't outgive giving. I am so blessed. I've had so many people that have blessed me with so many things. I'm holding a microphone that somebody gave me. It's connected to a mic cable that somebody else ordered for me, which is connected to my device that's recording this. I remember who gave me each of those, and I remember the environment where it happened. I'm wearing shoes right now that somebody blessed me with. They just sent me shoes. They asked my size, and they sent me shoes. And they're like my favorite pair of shoes. Man, I don't have the best memory. I forget stuff all the time. But I'm telling you what. I pretty much remember every gift that someone has given to me. Especially when it wasn't around Christmas time. Because at Christmas time, they're expected, right? That I have clothes that people have given me. I have all sorts of things. I am so blessed. So many people have given stuff to me, and when they give me stuff, that's good news. When they give me stuff, it's saying, hey, Steve, I see you. You're valuable to me. I mean, it's such a wonderful thing. That environment we create of the gifts that we give with our lives is such a wonderful, beautiful, magical, amazing, heartwarming, motivational, inspirational. I mean, you name it. So don't save it all for Christmas Day, because what we get on Christmas Day is amazing. That's why we should give it all year long. The whole vibe of Christmas is magical and wonderful. We talked about it a little bit last week. And no matter what angle you take Christmas from, it's still the same. Like there's some out there that when they think of Christmas, they think of Santa Claus. And there's some out there when they think of Christmas, they think of the nativity scene of God becoming man and living among us. Both stories are amazing and warm. I mean, that Santa Claus, here's a man, Saint Nick, is considered a saint, and he wants to make sure that every child has something on Christmas Day. He wants every child to be blessed. He wants to bring gifts to every child. It's one thing that makes Christmas so magical, the idea of a Santa Claus, of a saint out there who wants to help, bless, encourage, make every child on one day at least smile. Well, imagine if we had saints today doing that. A saint is just a human being that other human beings look at and say, you're amazing. What if we became saints that would give that same thing for Christmas every day? We would want every child within our reach that day to somehow get a gift from us. A gift of a smile or a nod or a gift of generosity, a gift of hope, a gift of we see them. We just wanted to make that child's life better in some way. Man, you want to talk about a happy life. And for those that see Christmas as the nativity, God becoming a human being and being born as a baby. And he came to earth to help people. He came to earth to love people, not to condemn people, but to give people hope and to give people happy, to help people with their problems and their sins. That's why he came to earth. So Santa Claus wanted to help every child. And the baby Jesus wants to do the same. But not just every child of God, every human. One of my favorite Christmas scenes in all the Christmas movies that I love to watch is in Charlie Brown.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please.
And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
Behold, I bring you good news of great joy. And get this, that shall be for all people. Not some. Just like Santa Claus. When God showed up on the earth, he wanted everyone to have good news. And good news of great joy. Exceeding happy. That's meant for everybody. It's meant for the people in this world who are needful in this world. It's meant for the people who are crying and the people who are dying. The ones dying for hope and for peace and help. Good news of great joy. That's where we come in. To bring the gifts that bring great happiness. That bring great peace. And they don't have to cost a lot of money. Just like the small things that Celine Dion sang in her song. You know, the small things that we do that are so big. There is good news out there. You are the good news. You are amazing. You are needed. You are seen. And you might be in a needful state, but we need you. You might be in a hurtful state, but you're not the only one hurting. The good news is you're of high value. The good news is there's no one else like you. And if you don't believe it, that doesn't change the good news. It just changes whether you see it or not. You know? Like having $1 million in your bank account, if you don't know what's there, it really doesn't do you any good. You could be living a poor lifestyle with $1 million in the bank. The point I'm trying to make with that is that you're valuable whether you see it or not. You're valuable. I see it. Some of you, I don't even know you, but I still know you're valuable. That's good news. I have some good news, and I hope you'll love it. Probably every one of us could look at ourselves and see our shortcomings and our failures and our faults, our behaviors, our flaws, areas that we're not very good at. We can see those bad things and we can love it. And we say, well, why would I love that? Well, we keep going over and over it in our head, right? We see how we've been mistreated and we just go over and that's seeing bad news and loving it. But why not believe that you're valuable and that you're needed? You might be needful, but you're also needed. You are the good news that somebody else needs. You have enough love in you. Even if you feel lonely, you have enough acceptance in you to help someone else not feel lonely. You might feel unloved, but I know you have enough love in you to help someone else to not feel unloved. If you're feeling unwelcomed, if you're feeling rejected, well then focus on somebody else and help them feel the opposite of that by just doing small things, just by noticing people. It's easy to notice ourselves and forget others, but noticing others and forgetting ourselves, that creates an environment that not only changes their world, it changes ours. It makes the people in this world, the needful in this world, feel needed. And it gives the people that are crying, the people that are dying, cause to hope and to believe and to be themselves. So Merry Christmas. I hope your happier holidays will turn into your happier year.
Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. And you will be happy too.
Because we don't want to save it all for Christmas Day. It's too good to not share the good news all year long. Thanks for listening. I hope that helped. Merry Christmas. And remember, life isn't perfect, but that doesn't mean it can't be happy.
StevoHays.
Well, that was perfect timing. I'm just about to pull into my neighborhood. Thanks for making that trip so enjoyable to me. We're in this thing together, Happy Lifers. We're in this thing together. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You're valuable. And we need you. You're here for a reason. And it's a good one. And that's what I call good news. See? Told you I had some good news.
Don't even wait a little while to give them just a little smile. A little is